beauties. So today we are going to talk about epilating. It sounds angry because it is angry. Okay, so if you would like to see me actually use this thing, then fast forward to this time in the video and check it out. If you want to hear my tips and tricks on using an epilator, preparing your skin, and just trying to make it the best experience possible, then please stay tuned for the whole thing. So I got the Philips Satinelle epilator on Amazon, so it was only, I don't know, like 30 bucks. It wasn't a ton of money. I did see some people, oh my God. Penny's like shaking right now because she like just knows that that sound can't be good. I'm not gonna use it on you, don't worry. I love you. Sorry. Okay, so here are the things that I have learned about epilating to make it a less painful experience. So epilating is basically, this is like a whole bunch of little tweezers, and it is pulling your hair out, ripping your hair out. So it's gonna last longer than shaving. I wouldn't use this. They don't really recommend using this if you have super thick and very dense amounts of hair because it is so painful and it is taking them out a couple at a time. So it would be quite time consuming and painful. So if, you just kind of have to gauge if this would be the right thing for each location. So I have been using this on my like calves and then my underarms, which was, so it's kind of like, it reminds me of plucking your eyebrows, because at first when you start plucking your eyebrows, it's like super painful and it like makes your eyes water, and then after a while it's like no big deal. So that's kind of how this is. It takes a little while, like the underarms really hurt. The regrowth isn't gonna be like how shaving, the regrowth is kind of the same and it's very stark, like it's like your hair is growing in, it's all coming in at the same time, the same thickness, you know what I mean? Whereas with this, they don't all grow back at the same time, so you kind of have to stagger when you use it, but it's not gonna be super painful every time because they're not growing back at the same speed. So you wanna use this on thinner hair or more sparse areas. You want to do this at night after you shower. Okay, so you do not want to use this before going out because it is going to irritate your skin. The cat just walked in. If I turn this on, he'll run. Okay. So it will irritate your skin. You also want to make sure that you're exfoliating a good amount because that will prevent ingrown hairs. So that's the case whether you're shaving or epilating, like no matter what your hair removal technique is, you really want to be exfoliating your skin because that's just gonna stop ingrown hairs and irritation. Okay, so you do this at night after you shower. After you finish, you need to put something on it to sort of soothe the skin. So I looked up some recommendations and they recommend something like natural and calming to the skin. So I actually have an Aloe skin and aloe vera skin and body spray. I was like, I can't read today. 7 minerals. Aloe vera skin and body spray. So I'll leave a link for this below. So this is actually really awesome. So this stuff is made in the USA, natural, and you just like spray it onto the skin and just kind of like, so after I epilate like one calf after I'm done, then I spray it a bit with this, kind of rub it for a moment and then, let it dry, and it moisturizes and soothes the skin, and then I, go to bed or whatever, and when I wake up, my skin is fine and it's nice and it's smooth. So I would recommend like this or witch hazel, something that's definitely very like soothing and naturally based, not something that's going to like have a lot of like chemicals or something that might like irritate your skin. Okay, so you want to do this when you have like 3 days of hair growth. This is the only one that I've ever had. I've never owned another one. I've never tried another one, and I've had this one for a couple of months. And I really like it. I know that they have more expensive ones. The majority of them have 2 speeds. This one plugs in and you use it on dry hair. Now there are ones that you can use on wet hair, but this one is only dry, obviously, because it's plugged in, so that would be a horrible idea. But I think this works great, and I don't see why I would need like a more expensive one. This seems to be just fine. And then this has a like removable, so the top, you can snap it off, and then you rinse this out. and you can kind of like turn it with the little wheel, and you can rinse it out so that you can, you know, just kind of like clean it. And then that's how you clean it. So yeah, I really like this, and I do think it's a cool idea. Again, I am using this on my underarms and my lower leg, so I would not do this in any area that would be like really sensitive. Anyways, I actually think this is pretty cool. Okay, so now we are gonna get down to business. Okay, so it does hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you, it does hurt. Okay. It's like I'm bracing myself for it. All right, so it makes a scary sound. I'm not sure how great the lighting is for this, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on the low speed. And then you just slowly move it, and it slowly whips away your hairs. And then you kind of go over spots. And again, this is the dry one, but they do have wet ones if you would want to do that. So, I feel like we've become very close recently, guys. I feel like that's a very personal thing we just experienced. All right, so that is how you use an epilator, and I'll leave the link below for the one that I have. And I had watched a couple of videos, some other ladies using it, and the majority of them said that they bought very affordable ones that were around like $30, and they were on like, they'd had it for like 7 years. Anyways, yeah, this is an interesting experience. I don't know if I would recommend this to everybody, because this, you know, I mean, it hurts, and it's weird, and it's loud. It's like a weed whacker. So I hope you enjoyed this epilating video. And now you know about epilating and what it is. And so I'll leave the links below to everything that I have, as well as the websites that had helpful information, and any other videos that I watched that were quite informative as well. So that is it. Oh, and I'm wearing a wig. If you know me, you know that this is not my hair. My hair's not this nice. I really like this. So I'll leave the info for this below, and I am becoming quite the wig person now. Not during the day, only by night, like Batman, except wearing wigs. But anyways, so I will definitely be doing a video on wigs soon about the whole thing, so that I can, you know, share information with you and, you know, be helpful in some way, in some fashion, aside from just being weird and awkward and slightly entertaining. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.